Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, more Malaysians may find themselves actually being among the poor. This is despite Malaysia's current official M40 classification, where they may still be considered as the country's middle class. Is there a need to redefine how household incomes are classified? Farhana Sheikh has the story.
With the pandemic forcing people to lose income and jobs, there is a need to redefine the household income classification to better reflect today's reality, so that people who do need the assistance receive them. In July 2020, the Department of Statistics has reclassified Malaysia's household income threshold. Based on the 2019's data, B40 is classified as those earning less than 4,850 ringgit, whereas the T20s has a household income of 10,960 ringgit and above. M40's household earns in between those amount with a median income of 7,093 ringgit. This group consists of 2.91 million households. What this shows is a higher income bracket for each group when compared to the last survey done in 2016. But do they paint a realistic picture of Malaysia's household today?
Those groups that were before classified as B40 has been upgraded into M40. And as a result, we see that the M40 groups actually comprise some of the B40 group before. And this is quite puzzling. And why do we upgrade the B40 to M40? Does this mean that the income level in Malaysia has dropped in general? Does it mean that the value of ringgit has gone up in Malaysia? So if the cost of living goes up, but the classification go down, what does that imply? That means that we are trying to recognize that these people do not need help. Because according to the classification, they are already the M40 group or the T20 group, for example.
Last year, Hazanah Research Institute found that many from the M40 group have similar consumption patterns to the top end of the B40. What it means is that while they can afford to consume more, they are mostly basic needs.
We need to look at the expense structure of each group. From B1 to B4, M1 to M4, and the T1 and T2. The expense structure will reflect better, because if we want to help this group, it must be based on their need and not their excess income. Perhaps we can leave out the T2 group because obviously well above the basic need. But the M40 crucial group that we must address. The B40 hopefully will continue to get support in terms of grant and so on.
Adding the pandemic in the equation, now is more important than ever to revisit how we classify our population based on their household incomes.
Pandemic, we have heard yesterday the announcement on the 4.8% unemployment figures, the worst in 22 years. And this is expected to get worse soon. And so the M40 or even the T20, if in the course of this pandemic, they suddenly lose job and they lost their source of income, so the classification become academic. We need to look at their lifestyle, we need to look at their obligations, their liability, and so on. So that should be a better classification if we are creating programs to really assist them to continue achieving the objective of shared prosperity.